Check. 1, 2. And you know what to do. Make sure you share this live. We got a very, very special guest in the state of Mississippi. We have the international president of Phi Beta Sigma. And it's another first tonight. So this is our first D9 international president, Bacillus on Nightcap Knowledge. But also, it is the first time that Mac and I will be live in studio together. So make sure y'all share this live. We just completed a very special event for the Sigmas. Can't wait for Mac and his international president, Chris, to tell you all about it. Share this live right now. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Nightcap Knowledge. see y'all out there. I see y'all out there. I need y'all in the comments right now. I need you in the comments right now. This is Nightcap Knowledge. Very, very special Nightcap Knowledge. We are live together for the first time. Live together for the first time. Hey, they can't see you yet, man. They can't see you yet. They can't see you yet. We almost there. We almost there. Yeah, man. There we go. Trying to make sure that you can see yourself, Mac.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Let's see what we get. It's not what I want. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's record time for a setup. Shout out to all my people on Black and Uncensored, Nightcap Knowledge, and Twitch. So appreciate y'all for tuning in, checking in. Let us know that you're in the comments right now. We're almost ready to go. Mac, go ahead and scoot up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I'm ready.
All right. What you say, Mac? What you say?
Be excited, my brother. Be excited.
You excited?
Be excited, man.
Excited.
The first time.
The
first time in Nightcap Knowledge history that DJ George Chuck and Mr. Mac has been in the same room at the same time.
And so with that being said,
Yes, sir.
you ready to do the intro?
Let's do it.
All right, hit the intro. Let's go. Hey, man, hey.
Look at that, son. Look at that, looking like yourself there, boy.
Hey, man, we here. We live together for the first time, man.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, we're making history, my brother.
Yeah.
We're making history.
And in addition to making history together, we're also making history. Mac, this is the first time that an organization of the D9
Yes, sir.
has
Yes, sir.
a president,
Yes, sir.
bossless,
Yes.
on Nightcap Knowledge.
Nightcap Knowledge, we're making history.
We're making history,
We're
man.
making history. And
Look,
this is
66 episodes in.
yes,
We're making
yes, sir.
history.
Yes, sir. And this is not just a ordinary brother. You know what I'm saying? This brother is built for service. I'm not just going to toot my horn because he is our international president.
Right.
But this brother has been serving the people. He's been serving the country. He is, or I gotta say, he was built for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Built
so
for it tough,
he is a leader of the people.
Yeah.
He's very humble brother, enjoys to hang out, take care of business, and understands the law, as he would tell you a little bit about his background and who he is.
Okay.
But Nightcap Knowledge, reminding everybody, this show is about
Real talk,
real issues, real
real
solutions. This is Black and Uncensored. If you are sensitive and you look for politically correct, this is not the show for you.
Hey,
but if you want to hear the hard truth and you want to hear us tell it like a TI is,
TI is,
this is it. right? So we are going to be on here tonight, and we have special guests. You met one of the brothers before, which is our International Director of Education, brother Dr. Marcus A. Cheney, Mac by other names he goes by. But this day,
I hit him with the applause. Y'all can't hear the applause, but they hear the applause out there.
They hear the applause. And you hear Chuck talking to somebody. So listen, Mental Health Minute we talked about it on Monday. We'll always give a update on what Mental Health Minute would be.
Right.
We talk about responsibility. So responsibility is connected to why this brother came to Mississippi. We have the Sigma Town Hall, somewhat of a call to order of what we're going to be doing for our people, for our brothers, what we're going to do for our community. So it's a responsibility. A lot of us took that responsibility. Some of us did some teleline, right? We raised our hand and we telelied. We said when we sat in that little seat when we interviewed, we said, I want to work in the community.
Some of our frat brothers should have took a page out of Joe Biden book the other day when he was talking about the alpha. Man, Joe Biden, I thought he was about to pledge alpha.
Hey, he might. But some of them, so they sit there and tell that story. But when you're talking about service, right?
Yeah.
And beyond all things, is brotherhood. Every fraternity, every organization talk about that, because if you don't have real brotherhood and strong brotherhood, there's nothing that's gonna happen with education, scholarship, service, nothing. You gotta have that brotherhood.
Got to.
So it was a town hall meeting addressing a responsibility that we're taking not only for our community but also as the oath the principles for our fraternity.
That's right.
And with all that being said,
come on,
we're going to bring the brother right in. So you just share this. Everybody's watching, listening, share it. If you're in a group that I'm not in, share it with the D9, share with anybody. I don't care if you went to school. I don't care if you dropped out in the 8th grade. I want you to hear what this brother got to say. This is our international president, our brother, Chris Ray. Come on in.
There it is.
Come on in, Brother Ray.
That's all right.
Come on in, Brother Ray.
Yeah.
There he is. Lord. He is right here in Jackson, Mississippi, live from the Nest at Highlights.
Yeah.
Sitting in the conference room. And yes. Brother, we have had a team effort to welcome this brother in a great fashion, because beyond all things, we believe in Southern hospitality.
Yes, y'all do.
And we was raised right. We're coming when they say set it out for your visiting frats, and we brought everybody in, right?
Yeah,
so everybody came to see this brother, because a lot of people follow you on Facebook. It's like meeting a celebrity. You have a big impact on social media, and that's a way to get in touch with a lot of the younger brothers and sisters out there. So we're very, very happy to have you here. And tell me what you think so far.
Man, it's been great. I mean, this is so I've been president now a little over 100 days, and I've been to Mississippi twice. So I should let you know.
Hey, you done visited more than Joe Biden. Woo! I'm full of tonight.
But man, tonight the brothers in Jackson really showed out. From the facilities that we held the town hall in, which was on the campus of Tougaloo College. Right. To just coming and spending some time with our brothers, afterwards here in this facility, and it's just been great. And I'm just so proud, man. I'm just so proud.
Well, man, we're happy to have you here. Definitely, it's an honor when you have anyone from an international capacity come visit. Come to a little place like this. We try to make it as nice as possible. We hope you enjoyed the food.
It was great.
We hope you enjoy everything. There's plenty to take with you, so you don't have to worry about lunch tomorrow. If you can, share a little something about yourself, and then what you've been working on since you've been in president.
Well, sure. So, of course, originally from the Virgin Islands. So, I'm an island boy from St. Thomas. But I grew up in North Carolina, so North Carolina was home. Went to school on a full track scholarship. Enlisted into the military, into the Army. But then eventually went on to officer candidate school. Worked on Capitol Hill for our fraternity brother John Lewis. Left Capitol Hill, went to law school. After law school, I went back home to Spring Lake, where I grew up at, and ran for mayor of the city, where I served 3 terms as mayor. Left there, and then went and moved up to Virginia, and I started my own company, and just being an entrepreneur out here in the world, and focusing in on certain things. And now I'm the president of Phi Beta Sigma, and since being president, just really getting our brothers to recognize that the power of who we are. You know, our theme of the campaign was empowering generations of men to believe in advocacy, community service, and engagement. And so when we talk about empowering generations of men, Phi Beta Sigma is a multi-generational organization. So whether you're 18 or 108, you know, there is a place for you in doing work and doing service.
Yes, sir.
And so I wanted to make sure that we are focused on creating an organization, you know, that can leverage all our talent across generations.
Yes, sir.
Because that's the only way that we can, you know, make sure we reach all of our kings and making sure that they know what's out there and what and how they can continue to progress along.
See, it wasn't by chance that young lady was selected to give you a poem.
Oh man.
So-
Absolutely. Yeah.
so-
I mean,
so-
I loved everything she said, man. I loved everything the Queen said. Those words really resonated with me because I know that as Black men, we are so much more than what we are portrayed to be.
Correct.
And so my hope is that as international president, is that we demonstrate the power of what is possible. You know, So when I was on the campaign trail, I talked about us having our own health clinics, our own schools.
Yeah.
You know, I talked about us being able, you know, if the Shriners can have a hospital, Phi Beta Sigma can have a hospital as well.
That's right.
And so, you know, we're getting ready to break ground on a multi-million-dollar affordable housing apartment complex in Washington, D.C. We should be looking at how we're going to duplicate that in multiple urban areas over the next decade.
Yes, sir.
Right. So
Yes,
now
sir.
all of a sudden, not only do we have that 140-unit apartment complex in DC, but we have it in Chicago, in Houston, in LA, you know, here in Jackson, Mississippi. I mean,
we need it.
It is all possible.
Right.
You know, it is all possible. So we need to start thinking, you know, like that as an organization. We should have our own charter schools where we're teaching our own young men.
I'm with you.
You know, so I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the energy and the synergy you know, tonight. All those leaders on the stage with me, the common theme that I kept on hearing was them being able to work together to be able to achieve what it is that they're trying to accomplish. You know, so $1.3 million in scholarship money, $2.6 million we spent on Black businesses here in the country. And brother, we're on the move.
And you know what you say on the move, because that's our nonprofit, Mississippi Move, DJ George, Chuck, and I. And everything that you're saying, it really is important for us because we've been working on that on a local level for so many years. Chuck is the founder, idea of the Jackson Black Page, which began to, which now is the Mississippi Black Page.
Right.
So it's a directory of Black-owned businesses.
Okay.
And we push networking mixers, we do events, trying to get us to understand the importance. Our people have had this before.
Right.
We've had our own Black
absolutely.
everything. And because it was so important, that's why folks tricked us with the carrot and led us away.
That's right.
Get us to come back that there's power in unity.
It is.
And when you can keep that dollar circulating in your community. So we do financial literacy workshops, educating about budgeting, investing, buying Black, supporting us, and everything you talk, especially with the work that we do with the homeless. We know how important it is to have housing. Because right now we have a large group. We just put up a young lady the other night. She was out on the streets when our sorority sisters found her behind the building. She had a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Oh my God.
And blessing was we had some funds to go ahead and help get her a room.
Jesus.
But a lot of folks are in a bad shape, and that could be your sister, could be your mom, could be anybody.
That's right.
So we a call to order for Sigma. Hopefully it will resonate to not only just for Sigma, but other men in the pan, but other men, period, that we have to do something. There is no boat, there is no ship, there's no horse.
That's right.
There's nobody coming to save us.
There's nobody coming to save us.
We're the tide.
It's us.
We are the tide.
It's
so
us.
As we do, our boat will rise. So if we shallow, if we're operating at a very, very low frequency, that there will come a time that the boat will be on dry land.
It is.
And we want to rise. We are the tide, and we will rise. So as we go, so our community goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real talk.
Yep. And we've been talking about, people will disagree with this term. We don't have a crime problem. We don't have a leadership problem with public office. We have a people problem, because all of that is a reflection of the people.
Absolutely.
Leadership is a reflection of the people.
Sure.
You are only as strong as the brothers that will support you and follow your vision and help make your vision become a reality.
Absolutely.
That's what we got to change. It's not the folks, the people that you see pull the trigger, is not the only person that's guilty for that situation.
Right.
We enable so much in our community. And just because you didn't pull the trigger or do something, you're still at fault. So you got two choices, right? You either part of the problem, part of the solution.
That's right.
There's no in between.
That's right.
What are some of the things that you see traveling around the country that are similar? I learned from organizing that they make us think that we only having this issue in this one area, but when you travel in our communities, you see we have the same problem, which goes back to the systemic area, the systemic oppression and racism we see.
Yeah, man. The issues are all the same, right? Access to capital from an economic standpoint. You know what I think is always interesting is that you can get money to buy a car, but you can't get the money to open up your own business. That's it's just and it applies everywhere, right?
Keep talking about that.
So I mean that becomes a challenge. So having access to capital to be able to really go after to go after your dream, and if you're an entrepreneur, right? Everybody isn't an entrepreneur, right? But for those that are, our student loan debt continues to crush a lot of people, man. Them not being able to get out from underneath of that in order for them to again chase after their dream.
Yes, sir.
So affordable education continues to be a big challenge for many of our young people and even our older folks, right? Folks like me, we got folks that still have student loan debt and they're still trying to pay that bad boy off. And it becomes a real challenge.
Yeah.
Access to affordable health care. Again, you still have, and black men are the worst at it. We do a poor job of taking care of ourselves. We'll run ourselves into the ground and then don't have access to health care in order to do what we're supposed to do, right? We're not getting the proper checkups that we need to get. We're not, we're just silly. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then the thing about it is, to your point, if we're the tide, right? But if the tide is gone, it ain't nothing rising. It ain't nothing rising. And so I see a lot of that, man. I still around the country. And then of course, individuals not access to the ballot box, the same challenges that are happening, laws being passed, gerrymandering becoming challenges and issues, diluting our vote and our power. It's same challenges are happening everywhere. And so we got to keep united on our voices as it relates to those issues, but being engaged, right? Because we still have a lot of people. I mean, you have grown people who don't even know who their elected officials are, right?
Nope.
They don't know who their mayor is. They don't know who their city council person is.
Yeah.
They don't know who's on their school board. They don't know their county commissioners. I mean, you literally just have people who are out here they just going day by day and not even realizing that there are laws and rules being passed that are impacting their lives, and they're not being a part of the solution at all.
They're just existing.
They're just existing.
Yeah.
And that's tough, man.
Yeah, the brother I wanted you to meet, who's one of your fellow veterans, which is now the state representative, Mr. Keith Stamps. He always talk about, we know our football team and the players on our team.
Oh Lord!
By, who they went to high school
You can
with,
call
how many
stats.
points they scored.
Well, you can call stats all day long, but can't talk about no
but
bills.
you don't know who represents you on the city council. You don't know who on the state level, federal level. You don't know the capacity. We always talk about knowing the capacity of the position that the person is running for and the capacity of the person.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
That's deep, man.
If we don't know, because, and I was telling the brother earlier when we were setting up, I said, a lot of us like to go where it's better at. And very few of us want to go where it's bad and make it better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We want to
just, that's why I ran
we
for
was
mayor.
we were transitioning and flipping this place. We were like having that vision to be able to transition things and make it take what our eyesore into something that people want to spend money on, or spend money at.
Right.
But we like to partake and spend, but we don't like to build, and we don't know. It's a responsibility comes behind knowing about your public official and who represents you.
Oh, without a doubt,
It's a big responsibility.
It's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just, literally laws are being passed that are impacting you every single day.
Decisions being made
Every day, every single day, man.
Every day.
And and then with the narrative, we latch onto a narrative. I'll give you a quick example. Everybody jumped on Joe Biden when they talked about when he sent his bill to Congress, the $6.7 trillion bill for what the budget was going to be.
Yeah.
He wanted to allocate out of that $6.7 trillion, $40 billion for HBCUs, right? Well, once it gets to Congress, those folks chop it up, right? And so they're the ones who took it from 6.7 trillion down to 1.3 trillion or whatever the case may be. So which means that they cut the 40 billion that he wanted to give, HBCUs, that got cut. But the narrative was Joe Biden cuts funding to HBCUs, right?
Mhm.
That wasn't Joe Biden. That was Congress.
Right.
The people that you sent to Washington, D.C. to work under the dome. He wanted to give us 40 billion. They're the ones who cut it down to 2 billion,
Yeah.
I mean, and so, but you got to know the process, though.
Yeah.
You got to understand that that's the process, or you got to understand, civics, and just basic civics, and realizing that ain't the president. That's not the president.
Yep.
That's Congress.
3 branches of government.
So
Right.
who you send to Washington, D.C. to represent you under that dome,
That's it.
it's critical.
That's
Yeah.
a big difference.
It's critical, right?
So, Brother President, I know it's a lot of folks waiting to see you. So, final words. What do you want to share? What you want the viewers to be able to remember from this interview that you want to tell them?
Oh man, well listen, all the brothers who are tuned in, let me first start with you by saying, you have a responsibility to make sure that you're taking care of your health, right? Making sure that you are doing everything possible to make sure that you're getting your checkups. If you're not there for your family, I mean, when you're gone, right?
Yes.
And some of the stuff that some of the reasons why some of us are leaving this earth is very preventable.
Yeah.
Very early, right? And then and everybody in totality, just understand that you have a role to play in being engaged. If you're not engaged, then then you get what you get. Right. Don't be surprised,
Yeah.
when the rules get changed and you wasn't paying attention because you were more focused on who won the SWAC championship.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
You more engaged and worried about that. But what you're not engaged about is realizing that there's some laws that just got passed here in Jackson under that dome, by these representatives that's taking additional, resources and opportunities away from you.
Right.
Directed it elsewhere.
And directed it somewhere else, right?
Yes, sir.
And resources that could be directed to our communities are now going to somebody else. Because why? Because that community understood to engage their member,
Right.
and their member went and fought
Yeah.
to get those resources to bring it back to their
Yes, sir.
community.
That's right. That's right.
And so, and at the end of the day, hold your elected officials accountable. Every single one of them, hold them accountable. Just because they look like us don't mean that they're always for us.
Correct.
Right? But you got to be able to look at their record. Were they able to bring the fat home? Were they able to do the things necessary to make the community stronger? And if they wasn't, you can't be elected to a position for 30 years and your community still don't got no sidewalks.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Shots fired again.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Shot fired.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna leave you with that, right?
Oh.
I'm just gonna leave you with that. If
Yes, sir.
you can't be there for all these years and there still ain't no sidewalks in your community. Roads are falling apart. You ain't sitting on no major committees here in Jackson, at the state capitol that's being able to direct resources to your community. You failed us. Thank you for your service. We need somebody else.
Come on. Get on out the way.
Hey, you heard it like a TIE is right here from Brother President. The same message that we've been preaching and talking about for the last little over a year. But we've been talking about this in the streets, in the community, that it's on us and our responsibility.
us.
You might not beat your brother up in front of everybody, but you need to pull them to the ante room and have a conversation with them. Outside to the grass.
I love it.
Wherever you need to go.
I love it.
You need to go have a conversation.
The lemon squeeze.
Whatever you want to
Sisterly
call it.
relations.
Just like them old folks used to tell you, take you out there and straighten you up.
Hey.
We got to have some straightening, and we got to hear it.
That's right.
You got to hear it like it is,
There.
right? So,
There it is.
so we got to be able to say that to each other, and not in a malice way or trying to offend you, but hey, we have a responsibility.
That's right.
Because there's
That's it.
somebody there that don't have the capacity that you have, or the opportunity, or the position that's depending on you to fight for them, whether
There it
you
is.
know that person or not.
That's
So,
right.
President, we thank you for coming on.
Oh gosh, thank
Go
you guys.
enjoy the rest of yourself. I
Yeah.
know we know Sigmas. You need to go get your cake
Yes.
before it be a piece missing by this big. And then ain't nobody gonna know what happened.
Ain't
But
nobody
it's
gonna
gonna be cream everywhere.
Ain't nobody gonna know.
No,
it
what
wasn't me,
happened?
brother president. It wasn't me.
It wasn't
wasn't
me.
me.
I don't know who ate the cake.
Well,
And they're gonna
brothers-
start telling.
Well, brothers, thank you for using your talents to make your, to inform your community. We've had this from the beginning of time in different capacities.
Yes, sir.
From back in Frederick Douglass days and making sure the folks was always informed. You're continuing the legacy of our ancestors. Job well done.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, Jeff,
Appreciate
brother.
it.
All right.
Enjoy yourself, brother. We'll be out of here shortly.
All right.
Oh yeah, and look, that's right at the 30-minute mark.
We are
set a
right
goal
at the
for-
30-minute mark.
Yeah.
We on time, brother. We may not start when we should, but we definitely gonna end on time.
And just for everybody that's tuned in now, still here with us, we appreciate y'all for tuning in every week. But also, I really want to remind y'all, like, there's a whole party going on behind that camera right over there. So,
So
party reception, you know,
for Brother President.
Yeah. So this is what's happening right now, right here at the Nest, which is the sponsor of Nightcap Knowledge tonight. If you're looking for an event space for your next event, we're gonna get the information for the Nest, but you can go to it at highlights.ms, and we'll get that in the comments. But it's findable on Facebook because most of you are viewing us on Black and Uncensored, the Nightcap Knowledge page, and the Nightcap Knowledge YouTube. But it's in the description. Nightcap Knowledge, Mac, we're gonna close it out.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see y'all next week. Nightcap Knowledge, 9 p.m. Central Time. Peace.